Grok 4.6 dropped. It's here. It is the jam. Everyone's loving it. But that's not the update that you should be focused on if you're in the creative Amazon e-com space. What it is it's going to be Imagine 2.0. And I'm going to show you in this video why it's super powerful and it's being slept on by so many people. So you see here, I have a listing pulled up for Spindrift on Amazon. Yes, it's going to have some decent assets, anything like that. I went to their website, and it's probably not going to be the exact same one. It doesn't really matter. I don't really care. But I want to grab the image over here. So I want to save the image. It's going to save as a WebP. Maybe that'll work. Maybe it won't. We're going to see. I'm going to go back to Grok, and I'm going to load that image in over here. So grab it. It's going to take the WebP. That's fine. Cool. Now, here's the sauceroni and cheese. So I can change aspect level, keep it the original, and switch it to 1 by 1. I'm going to say, keep this image of the bottle highly accurate. I want you to place it on a very expensive kitchen counter, but on the either side of the bottle, I want you to take out the flavor components of what the flavor is and put the realistic looking fruit or whatever ingredient right next to it on the can. So you could see that this is not only insanely fast, but it's insanely good. If I was to do this in ChatGPT, I said insanely good before it generated. There we go, right? That is label accurate, everything accurate to the T. Where it gets cooler is I could take the peaches over here, the whole peach, the half peach, and I can make the edits that I want to make over this, right? So I can click over here and I could say, make this peach look much more realistic. Fire that off, right? This is where editing takes a whole nother level, right? So I could have given it the prompt to be a little bit more realistic, but I decided not to. But you can see here, lightning speed. Now, that is good enough in my opinion. Does it look a little bit AI? Sure. But is it better than what's currently on the listing? Absolutely. Absolutely. In terms of all this kind of stuff. Now, what you can do here too is multi-reference mode, which I think is really, really cool, right? So what I can do is I'm going to pull a prompt that I have over here. Right here. Because I save all my stuff because, you know, I'm anal like that. And I'm going to go over here. I'm going to do this. Same product. Change up the scene. Well, actually, that's going to be on a counter anyway. But I'm able to edit and move and pivot and ideate and iterate at scale. So you can see I have it over here. I have it over here. I have it all these different ways, all these different nuanced things. So I can change the can out. So now, let's say, for example, I like that, but I want to replace it with a different can. So this is where like brand consistency comes into play a lot. So I can go over here and I could say this, edit this can to be the raspberry flavor. So I probably shouldn't have done it that way. I just wanted to try the spot editing to see, because it's not going to give it the realistic version of like a raspberry can, but I want to see what it's going to do. Might get stuck. Nope. So green tea, raspberry. So it changed it out. Everything on there down to this green tea raspberry, green tea peach, Spindrift, slightly sweet. Everything is exactly the same. So if you are looking for brand consistency and continuity, and I could just say, cool, for this one, change the elements that are outside from the peaches to match the element and the flavor that are on the packaging. But I want you to make them look wet and realistic and refreshing, and actually make the bottle or can have some water or water drops on it, almost like it's ice cold. So you could do this in ChatGPT, in the image 2 model and all that kind of stuff. It is nowhere near as fast as this. And if you're in the e-com space and you want to scale, it's insane, right? Yeah, it still left the peach in there, but you see how much better it looks when it's like has this little bit of sweat to it. Now what I can do is I can change the aspect ratio. So I want to do this. I don't even have to give it any prompt. I can just change the aspect ratio, really simple and easy. and it should do that. So that was a 1x1, and now we have a 9x16. So just, it's insane, right? So now let's say I want to go back to this one because this is more in line with the flavor. So I can click on this, the video. I can make this, let's say 6 seconds, and I could say, change the still image to a really fast-paced video where the can falls down to the counter. And once the can falls down to the counter, the peaches from either side roll into the scene. So the scene's going to start out with nothing there. The can's going to drop down. And then once the can lands, the peaches are going to roll into place. And also add some water and dewdrops that are realistic to show that it's cold. So I'll maybe make that 10 seconds because that's a lot, I kind of told it a lot to do. But even on video generation, this is fast because the amount of time it takes a video to be generated on most other models, like, well, not Nano Banana, but that's to be left to a different story. But on ChatGPT, it's going to take almost the same time to generate an image with like really deep prompts as it is almost apples to apples, no pun intended, to create a video on Grok. So watch this. Again, not perfect, right? And I could say, like, I can edit it here to be like this, but in that time, so it's just sick what you can do. So then I could say over here, update this video to have the same kind of elements, but the screen starts off with nothing on it. I want the screen completely blank, and I want the label to be highly accurate to the reference that I gave you before and make it very cinematic. And again, this all stems from just this right here. And we're able to go and do all of these different things. And I've just did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 image iterations plus 2 video iterations. This video is only, right now, it's 7.5 minutes. I challenge anyone else to do this level of editing and ideating with anything else. That's sick. And I have it at 480p, so I can now drill it up to 1080p to upscale it, because I just did it for speed, but I could upscale it for the 1080p so everything is crisp and clean and clear. And you're able to take these and have these assets and scale for ads in any kind of platform, any size, any resizing. And like, again, the video's at 8 minutes and we cranked out almost 3 videos and 7 images from just one thing. So I really think a lot of folks are, yeah, Grok 4.6 is powerful. I'm using it as a daily driver, but the image model is being greatly slept on by a lot of people who are drinking the Kool-Aid of like the ChatGPT and the Gemini. There's no watermarks here. With Gemini, you have watermarks and it's a pain in the butt. It's crazy. It's crazy how good that is, right? Yes, I would want to bake it out a little bit more and give it a better prompt, but just the sheer speed of what you can do with this kind of stuff is amazing. So you need to be checking out the Imagine 2.0 model. This is just a light way for me to show the different things you can do. But the simple fact of even just loading in the original image, I can manipulate the original image right here. So leaf illustration, I could say, okay, I'm selecting all these. Change these leaves, the color from green to purple, but keep the same style of drawing. Like, it's insane. I would never want to do that. But 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7, under 15 seconds, you're having this, right? And again, it's a web piece, so that's why it's like this. But look at this. Everything is exactly the same. So any brand that's doing this kind of stuff, you can change everything. It's just sick. Go use it.